Hi. I wanted to make a video. I just said I was saying I wasn't going to say but I did. So good morning. My name is Miss Coletti. I am the art teacher at Three Rivers School. I thought it might be beneficial to make a video for parents and for students so we could explain what is happening in the art room. I know that for fifth grade, this is probably a big change coming from elementary school to middle school. Getting grades in art on not just what you're creating, but how you're presenting, responding, and connecting. So everything that we do in art class has a specific standard linked to the goal. So in this case, if you look on the TRS website, so I pulled this up, I'm doing a screencastify, I said again, to show you everything. So in art education, we have 4 competencies. We have create, so that's the process of making something. We have present, which is finishing up a piece, being able to show it. In this case, because we're remote and hybrid, we are presenting online. That way, everybody can see each other's work, so we can critique and talk about each other's work, even if you're not in school. We also respond, so that is responding to advice and feedback to improve your artwork, and that means being able to speak or talk about somebody's artwork. If you've never done that before, it can be really hard. So we're working on that together to learn the right words, the right art terminology to use. And we also are learning how to connect. So that's being able to talk about our process and our technique and to be able to express ourselves with our artwork. All of these things kind of mishmash together, and that's how we come up with our summative grade. So we've got 4 competencies. That's what I'm grading on, and you can see them all on the website. I'm going to make sure I send these links in the email that I send you so that you can take a look for yourself. I also have them posted on the website I've created. So if you haven't been to this, I will also send you this link. This has everything we've been doing in class. So here is what's happening today. So my daily art things. I haven't updated it for today yet, but yesterday you can go and see what all your kids did. So you could say, hey, what is this? What was Grandma Moses all about? What did you brainstorm for your landscape ideas? This is a great way, not just for you to know what's happening, but for me. I'm seeing 20 different classes a week. So I try to keep organized by having this on the board when they come in so they know what's happening. And if they miss a class, they can also go back and say, oh yeah, that was what they were doing. So I can ask Miss Coletti about that. Also on the site is the competencies, again, for Three Rivers School. I just made them in a nice, neat little grid. And I'm still saying we started doing Art Term of the Week. This is going to help kids learn new words that maybe they didn't already know. So when they have to respond or connect, so talk about artwork or write about it, they have words that they can go to and then can say, oh yeah, that's what this means. So they've created a document on their Google Drive where they write down these or type up these definitions. So my thought process is if a student is creating their own document, writing their own definitions, being able to insert a photo from Google, something that will help them remember what the word means, they're going to remember what the word means more than me just typing something up and printing it off and giving it to them. A lot of what we do in here is process-based. So it's the student doing the work. And I think that might frustrate some kids because they just want to paint. And that's a hard thing to kind of swallow. So for the first few weeks of school, we talked about all the competencies. We did a pre-assessment so they could see where they were at, what they already knew about and what they didn't. That also helped me as a teacher to see what they knew and what they didn't know. So we started with the basics, with the elements of art, talking about line and shape first. And then we did value and form. All of these slideshows are right on here, so you can click through and revisit what we did in class. We're about to move on to color with most classes, which is way more exciting in my opinion. And we worked on value and line drawings for the past 10 weeks. So when I finally put in grades last weekend, I was realizing that we had kind of a disconnect where kids were not understanding that not only do you have to create your artwork, you have to write about it, and you have to talk about somebody else's artwork. So we've gotten over the hump of being nervous to share artwork, which is great, because that's always hard to do if you've never done it. But some friends are still having a hard time writing. This week, we've taken a lot of time out of class to talk about writing, responding to artwork, responding to our own artwork. You can have your student show you the slideshow. So every class has a slideshow, and this year, this is how we are submitting work. They upload their drawing or painting or whatever it's going to be with their Chromebook. They can take a picture, upload it to the Google slide, and there's directions on each slideshow. I don't know why it's not letting me click. There we go. And once they've done that, there's the competency questions. So if your child doesn't know what they're supposed to be answering, these are what they are. How did you use your knowledge of art skills and vocabulary to create this artwork? I've put in the words that we've learned about, the elements, and they can refer back to my website if they need help remembering a certain term to talk about what they did for their work. They also can respond to artwork from peers. So once they post, there's a spot for peers to respond. So everybody should be responding to at least 2 pieces of artwork. So if you happen to be looking at Alma and you're going, why are there zeros? Well, this is probably why. So if they created their artwork and posted it, and I can see that, right? That's how I know they've created. So that's their create grade. Their present is actually posting in Google Slides. So if they've posted it and they've completed their respond and connect, they're going to get that 4. Okay, if they've created a composition that is balanced, which we've learned about space, balanced and unbalanced compositions, that's awesome. They want to talk about that in their connect. So we also have the responding and the connecting. If there's no response or no connect, they're not going to get any points there. I'm hoping that this video will sort of help quell your fears, because I know a lot of parents are concerned about grades. In art class, nothing's ever set in stone. So they can resubmit, they can, as honestly, as many times as they want. I can't promise I'm going to grade it immediately. However, they always have the ability to improve. That's kind of what art is about, learning through your process and your mistakes and fixing it. So if there are any more questions on anything, please let me know. I'm hoping that everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and we'll have an awesome holiday season and a great rest of the school year. Have a great day, everybody.